so every time I upload, you'll be notified, so you can just click right away. You don't have to, log on YouTube and see if I posted. You'll get that notification. And if you are my day one supporter, I really appreciate it. You guys really inspire me to keep going. I appreciate the feedback I get from y'all. I appreciate you liking my videos, viewing my videos. Like, I really appreciate all the support. If you guys share my videos, I really appreciate that. So it's April, which means for most college students, the semester is coming to an end. Mine just ended. I couldn't be more happier. But if you're watching this video, more than likely you're really interested in getting an apartment. And I wanted to put this video out because April would be the best time for you to look, because you can lock in a good price for August, because that's when everybody does go back to school. So that's why I wanted to put this video out now. So I'm just giving you guys tips on how to get your first apartment while you're in college. I'm just giving you advice based off of my experiences and questions I've asked. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So first tip I have for you is to know yourself. You need to know if you're someone that can live with roommates or if you're someone that can't do the roommate thing. Me personally, I knew that I couldn't do the roommate thing, so I knew that when it was time for me to get my own apartment, that I would have had to set myself up to live by myself. Tip number 2 is to know your budget. You need to know your budget. Now that you're trying to live on your own, you have to realize everything falls on you. You have to, budget your money to eat. You have to budget your money to pay the bills. It's not in college where you pay your housing bill right before the semester starts. No, this is an ongoing thing. So you have to budget your money properly. And you need to know your budget, because you may want to live by yourself with no roommates, but if you don't have the proper savings, or your budget just is not budgeting for you to do that, then you have to reassess your plan. So you need to really set up a budget before you move out, because that's very important. You don't want to move out and you realize that what you had planned is not gonna go the way you thought it would go because you didn't budget properly. So budgeting properly is super important. Tip number 3 is to save. I can't stress this enough. You need to save. You don't want to move out from your dorms or your parents' house, whoever you're staying with, and you have no savings, because anything can happen where you're gonna have to cough up some cash. And you don't want to be in a situation where you're like, dang, like I wish I saved money, and you don't want to panic. So always save as much as you can, so you just have that cushion, so you're not stressed out with bills or if an emergency comes up. It's also better if you save, because I feel like when you buying furniture for your new place, you don't want to have to take chunks of your paycheck to buy furniture. You want to just, buy a little when you can, or just buy it all with your savings. But whatever works for you. But I just suggest having some type of savings when you move out, because anything can happen. And honestly, when you living on your own like that, technically you're on your own, so you don't want to have to call your parents or things like that, because you're taking a different approach on your living situation, and you just want to be independent as much as you can. Tip number 4, this is kind of self-explanatory, and you would probably know this if you move out, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. If you are not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you need a job. You can't live on your own with no type of income. It's just not gonna work. Even if you think you've saved enough, things happen, and you want to have something coming in. If you saved a lot of money and you don't really necessarily want to have a full-time job, have a part-time job. Have something that you can fall back on, because you don't want to just be stranded, with no type of money. So I always suggest getting, a part-time job, or if you have a side hustle, make that really lucrative. If you are interested in a side hustle, take a class on it to make it lucrative. If you don't want to have a job, and be an employee, I get it. I would just try to find a side hustle that you can seriously make money on, so that you're good to go. Tip number 5, work on your credit. You cannot get an apartment on your own if you do not have good credit. Having good credit is super important because you have to put utilities in your name. You have to basically put everything in your name. And if you don't have good credit, you won't be able to. And I personally like to just do everything by myself. So if I would hate, me personally, to have to call my mom and be like, hey, can you put my apartment in your name? Or hey, dad, can you put my utility bill in your name? Like, you know, I just personally don't like that. So that's why you have to have good credit and show that you're credit worthy to, you know, apartment complexes and utility companies. Because if you don't have it, you can forget it. You're gonna either have to pay a high deposit to get the utilities, or you're gonna have to ask somebody to put it in their name. And the same thing goes for apartments. You would have to get someone to put it in their name, or you have to pay a high security deposit. So you don't want that if you know, don't have to. So work smarter, not harder, and just work on your credit. The best way I would suggest building your credit if you're just starting out is to get a store credit card maybe, or a secured card, or a regular credit card if you're eligible. Usually if you don't have credit, you're gonna have to get a secured card, but that's the best suggestion I can give you. And don't max it out. Like, seriously, don't. Like, that does not help your credit at all. It actually makes it worse. So just use 30% of your balance. Now this is a hack, honestly. Sorry, I don't mean to call it a tip. It's actually a hack because I feel like a lot of college students don't know this, and I didn't know it as well until, you know, I had friends that moved out and got their own place, and then they put me on the game. You need to ask your apartment if they take your financial aid as a source of income. Because believe it or not, a lot of apartment complexes require you to make 3 or 4 times the rent in order to get a place there. That's one of the requirements. And if you're a college student, especially if you're not working full-time, usually college students are working part-time. So if you're working part-time, you're not going to make that unless you are working a really good part-time job. And if you got the hookup, let me know. But if you're not working full-time, that would be hard for you to do. So that's where your financial aid comes in. If they accept it, you'll be good to go because it'll show that you are pretty much covered. So just ask them like, hey, do you guys take financial aid as a source of income? If they say yes, then just print out what your school gives you and give it to them, and that's on you. Tip number 7, understand that this is a life-changing move. I can't stress this enough. Moving out and living on your own is a life-changing situation because you're really understanding responsibility, and everything basically falls on you. Once you live on your own, it's hard to move back into your parents' house, especially if you don't have roommates. Like, that is super hard. You just accustomed to your way of life, so it's really hard to go back to your parents. I mean, unless you have a good relationship with them and, you know, you feel like you can live with them, then that's different. But sometimes it is hard to live on your own and then go back and live with your parents. So just be mindful. Just ask yourself, will I be able to, you know, obtain this lifestyle after I graduate college? Because, you know, you don't have loans or you don't have refund checks to depend on as a savings or whatever, or as a cushion. So just be now, you know, just ask yourself, you know, can I, you know, keep this lifestyle up after I, you know, graduate college? And if you can, then you're good to go, you know, live on your own. But if you're questioning it, then you should question if you should live on your own. But just understand it's a life-changing decision, and, you know, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you do have to move back home and you didn't really want to. Alright everyone, that sums up this video. If you liked this video, give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions for me concerning college, don't be afraid to leave them in the comment section. I definitely will reply. And if you got to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Seriously. But I appreciate y'all for watching. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all in my next video.